Good morning, 7th grade. Welcome to day 2 of week 8. Today is May 12th. We're going to continue with exploring our angles. So I'll show you. You're going to click on your classwork tab and go down to week 8, day 2, and click on the lesson. There's a few links here that you can use for some additional support. The Edpuzzle is pretty interesting. It goes through a video and then you can answer some questions based on the video. So that might be something you want to explore before doing your exit slip today. And then there's also a Schmoop YouTube video that goes over complementary and supplementary angles as well. All right, so I don't really feel like I even need to go through the lesson too much. The warm-up is something that I saw a few of you not answering correct yesterday, which is if they gave you an angle and they asked for a congruent angle. Congruent means equal. I reviewed this at the end of yesterday's lesson. So if they say that the angle is 138, then the angle congruent to that would be 138. They are the same measure when they say congruent, okay? So the two types of angles we're looking at today are complementary and supplementary. So we're going to start with complementary. A couple of things to remember about complementary angles is that they sum or they add to 90 degrees. So if I made this A and this B, then angle A plus angle B equals 90 degrees. Okay, one trick that I show every year so that might help you remember is that complementary starts with CO, and you can change your C into a 9 so that it reminds you that complementary angles add to 90 degrees. So if that helps you, use that. And then basically all you're going to do today is you're going to be given a right angle, of course, because right angles are 90 degrees, right? Complementary angles are when they split the right angle into two angles. They're going to give you the measure of one angle and they're going to ask you to find for the other. So if you know that this angle A and this angle of 30 degrees have to equal 90, then all you need to do is take 90 degrees and subtract it from the other angle that was provided. So 90 minus 30 will give us 60, and that's going to be angle A. So you would say angle A equals 60 degrees. Okay, so two angles that sum to 90 degrees, we call them complementary angles. I'll do one more example and then I'm going to go on to the other one. Let me erase this, use the same picture. Okay, so they might give you, let's say this is 41 degrees. Okay, so this angle 41 is complementary with angle A because they fall in the right angle. So I know that angle A plus 41 equals 90 degrees. So to figure out angle A, all I have to do is 90 minus 41. If we're doing this by hand, remember to carry, right, bring over. So we get 9 here and we get 39 here. So the missing angle A would be 39 degrees. And how could I check that? I would just make sure, does 39 plus 41 add to, oh, it doesn't. Look, I just caught my mistake. This should be 49. That's why you should always check. Okay, there we go. That looks better. 49 plus 41 equals 90, so my answer of 49 degrees is correct. Okay, so that's what you do for complementary. Supplementary is when you are given two angles and their sum is going to be 180 degrees. So these two angles will land on a straight line. If you notice there's a straight line here, sometimes you'll see this little like half circle drawn. That's showing you that it's 180 degrees, that it's a straight line. So again, they're going to split it in half or into two pieces, and they're going to give you the measure of one of the angles, and you have to figure out the measure of the other. So for example, if I made this angle 20 degrees, and I said, find me this angle, right? I know that angle A is supplementary to the angle that measures 20 degrees. So to find angle A, that means I would just subtract 20 from 180. So I would do 180 minus 20, and that's going to give me 160 degrees. So I now know that angle A equals 160. Okay, so supplementary, they add to 180. The angle that's missing plus the angle that's provided has to equal to 180. All right, we'll do another one just for good measure. No pun intended. All right, so I'm going to give you this angle now. We'll make it 110. And then I'm going to ask you to find this one. So again, they're on a straight line. So these two angles must be supplementary. They're going to equal to 180 when added together. So if I was given that this angle is 110 and I'm looking for A, then all I do is 180 minus 110, and that's going to give me 70 degrees. So angle A would be 70 degrees. And then a quick check would be to make sure that 70 plus 110 equals 180, which it does, so I know that I'm correct. Okay, so again, complementary, two angles whose sum is 90 degrees. They have to add to 90. To find the missing angle, you just simply subtract it from 90. So when you're given the right angle, that's what you're doing for these. And then supplementary, they sum to 180. When you're given a straight angle split into two angles, you're going to subtract from 180 to find the missing angle. All right, so it's pretty much what the lesson takes you through. Scroll through, there's a lot of extra practice problems. I suggest looking at, seeing if you could get the answer before looking at the answer key itself. And then once you feel confident, you're gonna take your exit ticket, which is the Google form right here. Okay, I believe it's 8 questions, 4 on complementary, 4 on supplementary. So some of them, they're just in word form. So they say the complementary angle of 59 degrees. Complementary means they add to 90. So you would do 90 minus 59 to figure out this answer. Same here. The supplementary angle of 78 degrees is supplementary means they add to 180, so you would do 180 minus 78. Okay, and then the other 4 are visuals, so you should know which ones equal 180 and which ones equal to 90. All right, guys, I hope this helped. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.